Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you the playground in StyleOf Studio and how you can use the playground to quickly create a campaign that you can publish for others to generate. So here we have the StyleOf Campaign Manager, and we can create a campaign, and since it's Christmas, we can call it Christmas Time. And we can hit submit, and it'll bring us to the page where we can modify it, and we can just call it Happy Christmas, or that's weird, Merry Christmas. We'll call it Merry Christmas. StyleOf.com/Merry Christmas, and you see the URL slug preview right there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to save it. And what we need to do is we need to create some definitions. Now, what definitions are is that these are the drop downs that the user will see whenever they're going to generate it. This can be as simple as man, woman, or you can add whatever you'd like. If you want to add robot, monster, vampire, it could be whatever you want it to be, because all these are groups of similar prompts or images that will map over to a specific group of subjects. So now, since we have our man and our woman subjects set up, let's go ahead and go to the StyleOf Studio now, where we can go to the playground. You see I was kind of playing around on this playground right here. And you can do a playground, and we're going to call it Merrier Christmas. Why not? That's not how you spell Christmas. All right, create the playground. And now, if you can expand the spar right here, you'll see that we have our base model of Stable Diffusion XL, but we have a little Christmas magic we're going to put into it, as well as some options like negative prompt. I'm going to turn on number of results. We're going to turn it up to 4. So also some advanced settings. If you really know what you're doing, you can use that, but we're just going to hide that, as this is really what you need to get a nice image. So for our first image, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a portrait of a young, beautiful woman wearing a Christmas sweater. And we're gonna do, let's say, in the background is a soft golden glow that sparkles. Just getting a little specific. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to let that generate, and I'm going to show you some more things that we can do to it once we have those images ready. Okay, cool. So everything generated. We have 4 images of this lady in front of the gold Christmas background. Now, what if we wanted to see somebody else? So what we can do here is we have this field for likeness image, and we can go and we can have this training folder. And if I wanted to say, replace that girl with Taylor Swift. So if I can do that, what I could regenerate it, and maybe I want to change it. Now, actually, I'll leave it like it is, and keep it for, actually, let's add a negative prompt. So what we can do is we can add a negative prompt, and this is just one that's pretty generic, just low quality, not black and white. Negative prompt is something you want to exclude, but you can go ahead and generate it. And while that's generating, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll queue up a few more as Taylor Swift. And all we need to do is change the prompt field. I have this other prompt already selected. We could do that, and it'll just add it to the list. Okay, now everything loaded up, and now you can see from just one image of Taylor Swift, we have now 8 new Christmas portraits of Taylor Swift. And I like these, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to the campaign. And for the Christmas time campaign, I'll add them to the woman definition, add it successfully, and I'll do that for the other one too. Cool. And now what we can do is, if we wanted to, let's say, take a guy, for example, we can say, instead of a beautiful young man, we can say handsome young man. We don't need model, and we can go ahead and instead of Taylor Swift, what we can do is maybe we can do Travis Kelce. Now we're going to let that generate, and I'll just go ahead and do another one while we're at it for the earlier gold prompt that we did. Oop, sorry, wrong button. This button right here is to do face swap testing. That's something that we can demonstrate in another demo. This is more or less focused on prompt generation and single image likeness transfer. Okay, we can see that one of them generated well, and I don't know why this is giving me Buddy the Elf vibes, but I do know at the same time it is Travis Kelce, not Will Ferrell. I'm just getting those vibes. Maybe it's the green and red, just the Christmas theme and the curly hair that it decided to give him. And we're just waiting for the next one to do. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the gray text at the bottom of a prompt. So what you'll see these fields. We can see the other one came in with the gold background. Those look amazing. But this little subtext at the bottom is these are the fields that you entered where your input did not match the default. So we have a default for any model you put in the playground. But if you're doing a generation, you can see exactly what you did to make that specific prompt, or if you want it to, you can just hit that copy button and it will copy everything over and get your playground in the exact state that it was when you created that, and maybe you want to change the image and try with somebody else. But for the guy, I'm just going to do the same thing here. Add to campaign. We're going to Christmas time, man, submit for both of them. Excellent. So now we have our campaign set up, and if we wanted to, we can go to the campaign manager, campaign admin, and Christmas time, and maybe we have all these images. Let's go ahead and we'll change a couple things. We'll change the header style of color. We'll change that to red, and maybe we'll change we'll change this to red. Yeah. And then we'll change subtext color. Might look a little crazy, but we'll change it to need a little more vibrant green. This looks a little Christmassy. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and save those changes. And we have our styleof.com. So this is the dev site. So we can just do styleof /s/ Merry Christmas. Okay, sorry about the random cut. I had to step away unexpectedly in the middle of recording. But what you can see really quickly is I didn't add any images or any text to the screen. But if you want it, you could make it something like this Halloween campaign. This is something that you can make entirely from our campaign manager, given the color selection tools we have available. But for Christmas time, I'll go ahead and I'll demonstrate it. I'll go ahead and I'll create 2 examples. They're going to ask, it's just general prompt on how to get the best results. It wants me to upload 1 image. And for the man result, I will just go ahead and do it for myself. Sorry, I was just getting a whole bunch of notifications. I had to skip through that. But we're going to do a woman example. And we're going to use my girlfriend for it. And same thing, just 1 image, Christmas time me. And there we go. So I'll go ahead and I'll wait for those results to come in, and we'll show you what came in. Okay, and everything finished running. I received an email when the images are ready. For this campaign, it took about 5 minutes for each set of images. Now, depending on the type of campaign you're running and how many images you're generating, this could be anywhere from 30 seconds to 5-6 minutes. But as you can see, I got 8 images. 4 from the normal Christmas sweater and 4 from the gold background Christmas sweater that I had mentioned earlier. And even though, and actually, let me pull this up for context. We'll go to the studio that I made for the Travis Kelce, because I want to show you that these images are actually completely unique. Yeah, the Merrier Christmas. So these are the Travis Kelce images versus my images. So you can see that they're not the same images. So we're not just swapping a face out. We're actually generating a brand new image. And not only that, we're taking the image that you uploaded when we're using your likeness to generate portraits of yourself. So we have the 4 and 4 that we did there. And for my girlfriend's, hers also generated fine. And you can also see the 4 and 4 and comparing them to Taylor Swift. These are not the same exact images. As you can see, it took her blonde hair more into account, whereas it took my girlfriend's brown hair more into account for the, accounting for her features. And now we have images, and you can also go through them one by one. And yeah, this one actually looks really good. I should probably send it to her later, but you can download it, you can share it, you can do whatever you like, and those are all your images. So now, pretty quickly, we set up a campaign and we created some prompts in the playground and we assigned them to that campaign and we ran a test run with it. And that's a demonstration of the StyleOf Studio. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration.